The lab we will be completing is called Determination of a Chemical Formula. By reading the introduction paragraph, you will see that we will be determining the empirical formula of an unknown compound using laboratory data. It is important for you to watch these videos as they will contain important information about what we will be doing in lab, safety, and what equipment should be used. Up at the top of your lab sheet right now, put a star in the upper right-hand corner. Again, I will ask you to make many notes during the process of this video, and those notes will show me that you have watched the video. Please make sure to make these notes, because if you come to class with an empty paper, I will assume that you did not watch the video and you will not be able to participate in lab. This is your copper chlorine unknown. It is a hydrated compound, therefore it is very important that this container stay closed when not in use. When you're ready to dispense, simply open the top of the container, dispense your solid, and then make sure to re-close the top of the container. If you do not keep the container closed, I will see it, and everyone in the class will lose points. It is important that we keep an eye on our chemicals and that we are protecting this valuable item. Your wash bottle already contains distilled water. If your wash bottle runs out of water, please go to the fume hood, find the bottles labeled distilled water, and refill your wash bottle before you leave lab. At the end of day 1 and day 2, you will have to leave certain items over by the window area in order to let them dry overnight. Take a look at step number 9 from day 1. This one refers to leaving your beaker over by the papers. Period 4, your brown. Period 5, your yellow. And period 6, your blue. Next to step number 9 on day 1, please write what color your class period's papers are. You will find the corresponding box for your group number, and that is where you will keep your items. You can also write your group's names in the box if that will help. On day 1, step 9, you will be asked to coil a piece of aluminum wire. It's important that you coil it properly or else your experiment will not work. So you'll take a pencil and your piece of wire, and you will simply wrap it around the pencil. What is important to note is that it needs to be pretty close together, but not too close where you're not allowing the reaction to take place. So you see I coiled it around like so, and then I'm just going to pull the piece of wire off. And I'll have a nice little coil. If it bunches up like that, you can pull. Nice thing about aluminum is it's malleable, and it will be ready to go for the experiment. For step 12, you're asked to do some filtering. This is what your setup will look like. You will take a ring stand. You will place an iron ring with a clamp. On that iron ring will be a clay triangle, and the funnel will sit through it. Underneath will be a beaker that will be collecting the waste material. Your filter paper will fit inside the funnel, and you will pour directly into that filter paper. Right next to step number 12, please draw a sketch of what this looks like. Again, ring stand with a ring, clay triangle, funnel through the clay triangle, and a beaker at the bottom. Pause this video if you need to take a second to do so. Step 12A on day 2 requires you to fold a piece of filter paper. The way you're going to fold the filter paper is take the circle and fold it in half, like so, making a nice half circle. Then you will fold it in half again, into 4s, and then if you turn it to the side, you will find a little flap that you can then open, and you can see it makes a funnel shape, and that goes straight into your funnel. Step 12A refers to washing your precipitate. Next to step 12A, make yourself a note that washing means we are going to add 3 milliliters of water. So you'll take your distilled water from your wash bottle, you will put in 3 milliliters of water into your graduated cylinder, and then you will pour that through. You're going to do that a couple of times, and then the next step tells you to do the same but with 5 milliliters of ethanol. In step number 13, it actually says 10 milliliters of ethanol. If you could please correct that, cross off the 10 milliliters on step 13 and make it say 5, I would appreciate it. It will take a long time for it to filter through if you put 10 milliliters in. We will follow normal safety procedures when completing this lab. You'll wear your goggles from the time you step into lab until you are leaving. You'll wash your hands both before and after. You'll clean off the lab station when you're done by wiping it down. And if you would please go to step number 10 and highlight where it says caution, handle the hydrochloric acid with care. It can cause painful burns if it comes in contact with the skin. So please note that we are using some chemicals that can cause burns. So please use precautions, make sure you're paying attention to what's happening around you, and if an accident does occur, please let me know as soon as possible.